New York, AP, oil prices soared Tuesday and investors shifted more money out of stocks and into ultra-safe yield, as government bonds as Russia stepped up its war on Ukraine. Stocks fell as investors tried to measure how the conflict will impact the global economy. The S&P 500 index fell 1.6% as of 12:04 p.m. Eastern. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 687 points, or 2%, to 33,204 and the Nasdaq fell 1.5%. The bigger moves came from the markets for oil, agricultural commodities and government bonds. Oil has been a key concern because Russia is one of the world's largest energy producers. The latest bump in prices increases pressure on persistently high inflation that threatens households around the world. Benchmark crude oil prices jumped 10.6% to $105.82 per barrel, reaching the highest price since 2014. Brent crude, the international standard, surged 9% to $106. The crisis in Ukraine prompted an extraordinary meeting of the International Energy Agency's board, which resulted in all 31 member countries agreeing to release 60 million barrels of oil from their strategic reserves. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has also put more pressure on agricultural commodities. Wheat and corn prices rose more than 4% per bushel and are already up more than 20% so far this year. Ukraine is a key exporter of both crops. Investors continued putting money into bonds. The yield on the 10-year Treasury fell sharply, to 1.71% from 1.83% late Monday. It is now back to where it was in January. In February, it had crossed back above 2% for the first time in over 2 years. The 10-year Treasury yield is used to set interest rates on mortgages and many other kinds of loans. The conflict in Ukraine has shaken markets globally and added to worries about economic growth in the face of rising inflation and plans from central banks to raise interest rates. The EU and its allies have been putting significant pressure on Russia's financial system as the nation continues its push into Ukraine and its key cities. The value of the Russian ruble plunged to a record low Monday after Western countries moved to block some Russian banks from a key global payment system. Also Monday, the EU Treasury Department announced more sanctions against Russia's central bank. Various companies have announced plans to scale back or pull out from ventures in Russia, or to suspend operations in Ukraine due to the conflict.